welcome back to our Step to Med YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us today. Today, we're going to go through our top 5 tips before you press the submission button for your all-important UCAS form. So, let's crack on. Tip number 1. When it comes to checking your personal statement, the best thing you could do when you are reading through all your drafts is actually to print it out and read it out aloud. This way, you can identify any grammatical errors, any sentence structures that need to be restructured, and also it means that you might spot things that you didn't spot when you're just reading it constantly on the laptop. Another thing that's really important is also to give it some time. So if you spent yesterday on your personal statement, sleep on it, and then have another review on it with a fresh pair of eyes, this way you can actually identify things you probably missed before. So that's our main tip. Secondly, get a second opinion. It is important to ask someone else to read it. Now, it would be useful if they are medical or dental student based or a doctor or dentist, but also asking a non-medic or a non-dentist is actually a really good advantage. And the reason for that is because sometimes they might spot things that just don't flow very well, whereas a medic or a dentist might be fixated on the medical and dental content of your personal statement. The third thing I'd say is don't get too many opinions. Now, it's good to have a couple, like I said in tip number 2, but actually having so many opinions can really make you deviate from what you're trying to say. So the way to prevent this is always keep your original draft with you. And if somebody else has had a review, compare it. If by the number of reviews, if you've got to review number 8 or 9, you've now gone so far away from your first personal statement, you might actually be quite off track, and you might actually now not have an authentic original personal statement that no longer means anything to you. So always bear in mind what you originally wrote and always correlate it back to that if it's still very similar to that or if it's gone completely different to that. So that's one of my third top tips. Fourth, what I'd say is copy and paste what you have written into your UCAS form in advance of when you're submitting. Now, the reasons for this are as follows. Sometimes, for some reason, if you're writing in Pages or Microsoft Word, the characters might not always correlate to that in the UCAS form. So copy and paste it into the UCAS form so you can see that you've not maybe missed a full stop somewhere or a letter's not missing off a word because it's done that automatically. Don't leave this until the last day of submission, because if you find that you haven't got enough characters, you don't want to feel stress and scurrying around to try and shorten your words. So do this in advance and then go back to your Word document or wherever you were editing it, and then just before you submit, paste it back in. And my last final tip is, once you've submitted, please print off what you've submitted and use that when you're preparing for your interview. Lots of students I've found use their personal statement drafts, but actually they're a little bit different to what they submitted just purely because of the number of revisions it went through. So print it off there and then and go through it and highlight it and keep this for your interview preparation. So we help these top 5 quick tips help you before you press submit. Good luck with your application forms. If you are still waiting for personal statement review, please email it to us. It's back with you in 24 hours. And if you're done, then well done. And now we look forward to helping you with your interviews. Take care and we'll see you soon.